Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're uncovering the surprising tricks grocery stores use that can lead you to purchase spoiled food while believing it to be fresh. From clever lighting illusions to misleading date labels, we'll explore 6 deceptive tactics that make you question your shopping choices. Join us as we shed light on the temperature control methods, packaging tricks, and other factors designed to keep you guessing at the grocery store. Stay tuned to learn how to navigate these pitfalls and shop smarter. 1. The lighting illusion that makes everything look perfect. Walk into any grocery store and you'll immediately notice how vibrant and fresh everything looks. The tomatoes gleam like rubies, the lettuce looks crisp and green, and the meat appears to have that perfect rosy color. But here's the unsettling truth. Grocery store lighting cleverly enhances the beauty of food and attracts the consumer's attention to particularly well-displayed products. Modern LED lighting systems are specifically designed to trick your eyes into seeing food as fresher than it actually is. Our Fresh Food Rose LED luminaires have been specially developed with retailers and meat specialists to enhance the redness of meat and slow down discoloration. Think of it like Instagram filters for your groceries. What you see isn't always what you get. LED lighting with high R9 values help to make the color red appear more vibrant. The store isn't just selling you food, they're selling you an illusion of freshness that your wallet will definitely feel. LEDs can bring out the reds in meat, emphasize the farmer's market appearance of fruit and vegetables, and highlight the cool silver scales of fresh-caught fish. 2. The date switching game that happens behind closed doors. One of the most shocking tricks happens before you even walk through the store doors. Some retailers change the labels of meat and poultry packages in order to convince consumers that their products are fresher than they actually are. An anonymous butcher revealed to investigators that, every morning, before the store opens, packaged meats are taken from the shelves and sometimes repackaged, complete with a new date. This isn't just one rogue employee. Another insider confirmed that, to my knowledge, everyone is doing it. In all the stores I've worked at in my life, everyone did it. Repackaging meats to extend their shelf life is illegal. Federal food regulations say the date on the label must reflect when the meat was originally packaged. Yet this practice continues across multiple store chains, leaving consumers completely unaware that their fresh meat might be days older than advertised. When the product is expired, when it's 3 days old, we check to see if it looks okay and smells okay. Then we repackage it and put it back on the shelf. 3. The temperature trick that masks spoilage. Ever notice how the produce section always feels refreshingly cool? That's not just for your comfort, it's a calculated move to slow down visible signs of spoilage. The menace of shrinkage looms over retail fruit and vegetable displays, particularly impacting leafy green vegetables that decay and wilt prematurely under the unforgiving heat of regular supermarket produce display case lighting. This phenomenon not only affects the visual allure but also erodes the freshness and appeal of supermarket salad bars and buffets. Cold temperatures can mask the early stages of bacterial growth and decomposition that would be obvious at room temperature. While refrigeration does slow spoilage, it doesn't stop it entirely. Stores use this to their advantage by keeping questionable produce in cooler sections where customers are less likely to notice subtle signs of decay. In the grocery store landscape, the battle against produce shrinkage is evident, with dehydration leading to staggering losses. Reports indicate that shrinkage can reach up to $1 per foot per day, even in cases where produce displays are diligently misted on a regular basis. That perfectly chilled apple you're holding might have been sitting in storage for weeks, with the cold temperature simply hiding what would otherwise be obvious deterioration. The culprits, including dryness, heat, and radiation from display case lighting, inflict their toll on fresh herbs, cut fruits, and fruit salads. 4. The packaging deception that extends shelf life. Modern packaging technology has become incredibly sophisticated at hiding the truth about food freshness. For example, sausage formulated with certain ingredients used to preserve the quality of the product, or fresh beef packaged in a modified atmosphere packaging system that helps ensure that the product will stay fresh for as long as possible. These products will typically maintain product quality for a longer period of time because of how the products are formulated or packaged. Modified atmosphere packaging can make meat look fresh by replacing oxygen with other gases that slow color changes. The tray is then flushed with a changed atmosphere before being wrapped in a transparent film. Purified gases are present in modified atmospheres. What appears to be fresh ground beef might actually be several days old, kept looking red through carefully controlled gas mixtures. Vacuum packaging is a food safety technique that preserves meat by avoiding contact with oxygen. Oxygen keeps pathogenic and food spoilage bacteria alive and allows them to reproduce. While these techniques can extend actual shelf life, they also make it nearly impossible for consumers to judge freshness based on appearance alone. These shades are pretty short-lived in nature, actually, and requires thoughtful packaging to preserve them, such as plastic wrap that will allow oxygen to pass through it. That's not natural, either, it's just the effect of myoglobin fixed in tissue cells when this purplish protein makes contact with oxygen. 5. The misting mirage that makes produce look fresh. Picked. Those automatic misters spraying water over the vegetables aren't just keeping them hydrated, they're creating a powerful psychological effect that makes everything look like it was just harvested. The constant misting creates an artificial dew that triggers our instinctive association between moisture and freshness. However, this misting can actually accelerate bacterial growth on produce that's already starting to deteriorate. Reports indicate that shrinkage can reach up to $1 per foot per day, even in cases where produce displays are diligently misted on a regular basis. The water droplets also add weight to produce sold by the pound, meaning you're literally paying for water. More concerning, the misting systems can spread bacteria from one piece of produce to another if not properly maintained. The culprits, including dryness, heat, and radiation from display case lighting, inflict their toll on fresh herbs, cut fruits, and fruit salads. Dehydration and wilting become particularly pronounced for leafy green vegetables and soft fruits and berries, which succumb quickly to these unfavorable conditions. That sparkling lettuce might be masking the fact that it's been sitting in the display case for days, with the misting system simply hiding natural wilting and decay. 6. The confusion factor that keeps you guessing. Perhaps the most insidious trick is the deliberate confusion surrounding expiration dates. More than 80% of Americans discard perfectly good, consumable food simply because they misunderstand expiration labels. Labels like sell by, use by, expires on, best before, or best by, are confusing to people. Dates on meat packaging are not even required by the USDA. In fact, sell by, best by, and use by dates are slapped on voluntarily, and you'll notice that none of them will flat out say, expires by, anymore. This confusion works perfectly for retailers because it creates a false sense of security. The USDA estimates that sadly, 30% of the food supply is lost or wasted at the retail and consumer levels due to misunderstanding of these voluntary date labels. While you're busy trying to decode whether best by means the same as use by, you're missing the real signs of spoilage that your senses could easily detect. There is no uniform or universally accepted system used for food dating in the United States. Depending on which food you are buying, the date on the package could be a recommendation on when it should be sold by or when it should be eaten by. This system keeps consumers dependent on confusing labels rather than trusting their own judgment about food safety.